Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, The Property Shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning, everybody. Johnny G, what's up, my friend?
Hey, man, sloppy out there, huh?
Dave and I came in hot this morning.
I'm glad you
hot
made it.
From the cold,
I'm
man.
glad you made
It's
it, yeah.
sloppy out there, man.
Yeah.
It's sloppy.
Yeah.
Dave was saying they got like 6 inches up in Clifton Park.
Yeah, the farther north you go from the capital or from Albany, you're going to get more, yeah.
Yeah, happy spring.
Happy, yeah. Now
it'll
winter
go away.
comes.
It'll go away.
Now winter comes, finally.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Nothing for Christmas. No, when we want it.
Exactly. No, Christmas
anyway.
was suntan lotion and sunglasses.
Yeah,
so anyway. But yeah, listen, I got a relevant topic again to the weather. Dave and I are going to hit home today on... So we covered last week with Joe Malone, we talked about exterior curb appeal repairs and maintenance that you can do to prep your home for the spring market, right?
Because
the whole focus right
stuff,
now, the show, we're trying to get people attention to this spring market that's coming, right?
Yeah, shovel your driveway.
Shovel your driveway.
Didn't think we needed that one.
If you're showing at your house today, shovel it. Call your snowplow guy, but it'll all be melted by tomorrow, I guarantee it. But today, and relevant to the weather, you're inside. We're going to give you guys some do-it-yourself, DIY. I always screw that up. DIY tips on
DIY.
DIY. Did I say it? I know. That's why Dave's here. He's the do-it-yourself guy.
DIY.
So let's do this though. We're going to do a quick spot break. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and Dave and I are going to hit this topic really hard and get you guys ready for spring.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
It's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at the Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agree to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. I love that one. JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
You always get caught up in shooting the breeze, as they say, during the break here, behind the scenes. Yeah, I mean, I went to the AV televisions in your classroom back in 9th grade. I mean, just random stuff we talk about here when you guys can't hear us talk. But we're about to jump into some real estate, guys. So this is a call-in show. If you guys want to get your real estate questions answered, or you have topics if you got stories about do-it-yourself projects and how they helped you, be successful in selling your house. But if you guys got questions just about real estate in general, give us a call. 518-476-5900. I'm sitting here with my rockstar agent, David Mackenzie from the Property Shop, a.k.a. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And we are about to get into it to talk about do-it-yourself home tips to prep your home for putting on the market this spring. But I do want to plug a phenomenal property we've got in Troy, 71 Pinewoods Avenue. If you guys go to...
I know where that is.
You know where that is, yeah. It's up by Emma Willard. Great neighborhood. Right on top of the hill, close to RPI, close to all the fun stuff that downtown Troy has to offer.
Kind of Beeman Park, is that? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch over there. There's a bunch of parks. There's a big memorial cemetery that's back there. But we want to give you guys an idea. If you go to thepropertyshopny.com, thepropertyshopny.com, go to our features property tab, you'll find everything about 71 Pinewoods Avenue. It's a gorgeous corner lot. It's a historic home. I call it because my kids like to watch Home Alone. It's like almost an exact replica of the Home Alone house.
Many historic homes in that neighborhood.
It's a 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
It's got 2 full baths, two and a half bathrooms, right?
Oh, good.
It's 5,000 square feet. This thing is a monster.
Wow.
It's got a classic bar in the basement with a billiard room. It's history meets luxury. It's just a phenomenal house. Believe it or not, for being such an old home, it's got an awesome floor plan. So it's not like one of those stuffy 4 squares where, you're boxed off. Dave, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
This one's got good sight lines. It's a great house. If you guys want to set up a private showing and get a leg up on other buyers and beat them to this hot new listing, give us a call, 518-957-SOLD, 518-957-7653. So, listen, Dave, Joe and I touched on the exterior curb appeal last week and projects that really kind of make the exterior house pop, but we want to talk about getting down and dirty and, really getting your hands dirty on doing some projects on the interior of your house. So, Dave, take over a little bit. Talk to me about... you're a good DIY guy. You've done a ton of projects in your house. I always come in your house. I'm like, holy crap! This is awesome. What you do now? So give us some tips.
Yeah. So I think first and foremost, when you're selling your house, I think it's important to remember that you're selling your house to somebody else. So you don't want to necessarily do everything that you think is going to look right.
Good point.
Just because you love maroon walls, that certainly doesn't mean the next person does. And honestly, it's a whole lot harder.
I don't think anyone
paint.
likes maroon walls.
No, I know what you're talking about, though. I've seen some,
Maybe Dave does. Who knows?
You'd be
some
surprised.
crazy stuff out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially now, the trends in interior design are forever changing, just like the market in real estate.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
Maroon's the new mauve. Is that what you're telling us?
It could be. It could be. Maybe black is next for the walls. But
go neutral.
So while we really think, number one on our list here is paint, just because it's a cheap, easy way to really give your house a nice refresher.
Right.
But we're always trying to make sure that people aren't doing too much. We don't want you to spend a whole lot of money. The point of selling your house is to make money, right? So we want you to do as much as you can DIY, like we're saying, by yourself with some elbow grease with minimal payments. So paint is almost always number one.
Yeah.
Behind cleaning and decluttering, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Save that. Yeah, we'll save that for a little bit. We're not going to blow the second half of the show here. But paint-wise, so let's pick some neutral paints, preferably some lighter colors. White is always a great choice. It's easy to paint over, so if you do have somebody coming into the house that likes maroon, it's a whole lot easier to paint over white than it is orange.
Yeah.
Or if you really want to do maroon, you could do an accent wall.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. And an accent wall is actually a great way if you have one wall in a room that's a little bit more damaged than the others and you don't want to have to try to match paint. Do an accent wall.
Right.
Get the painter's tape out, make the clean lines, make sure you're cleaning the walls first, clear the cobwebs. You don't want to be rolling cobwebs in. If you need to put a little joint compound in the wall, sand it down, make sure it's smooth. But yeah, that's a great idea, the accent wall.
Yeah. Also, like you can do some finishing touches, even just cheap crown molding, quarter rounds, just something to really, bring more attention to the prep work that you did.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Now, you hear this all the time. You walk in and like, what do you think? Should we just redo the kitchen? And you're like, wait, let's pump the brakes here.
No.
So the last thing you want to do is a major renovation, put your home up, correct?
Right. Even a cheap kitchen remodel is very expensive.
It's $40,000.
That's right. That's right.
So,
if the kitchen's super dated, one of the things we look at if you really feel the need. Now, personally, I'm the type of listing agent that's going to say, this is a huge project. We might not want to get into this. Maybe we price it a little bit lower so the next person can use that money that they save on redoing the kitchen. But if you want to do some, maybe some cabinet refreshing, I've done that before. It's a pretty big project.
Yeah.
It's not easy. The prep work for the cabinets themselves take a lot of elbow grease. We're talking sweat.
Yeah.
And then it's not slapping
it's a lot of sanding. A lot of sanding.
It's scrubbing. You have to scrub this enamel off. Yeah.
Well, you get all the years of grease and dirt. And,
right. And the protective coating.
What's that? No, you're good, John.
Oh, okay, all
right. I'll let you know.
So, again, I've done it before. It's not just 2 coats of paint and you're done. I think I put 14 coats of paint on the cabinets because,
14.
like John over here is saying, there's years and years on these cabinets that will bleed through that paint. And then you seal them, and once they're up, hey, they're going to look great. But do both. You can do one side, just the outside. You can do the inside of the cabinets. It never fails. I'll go into a home and say, I can tell these cabinets are painted. You open them up, and the insides are still brown.
You can see
right.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of levels to it. But, yeah, I mean, as far as a cheap way to make your kitchen look a whole lot better, that's a great way to do it.
Let me ask you this. Is it easier to stain versus paint? I mean, what did you do with your cabinets?
As far
you painted
as cabinets, no, it's the same process.
The same process, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be a preference at that point, like, if you want to do stain versus painting them to match.
I used a paint sprayer when I did it.
Okay.
So it was a quicker process, the actual painting, but you still have to let it dry. I had to set up my garage space for a paint room for 2 weeks. And the sprayer, I was not a professional at the time.
Right.
It wasn't great.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about DIY, man.
Right. Hey, you got it right.
You can still do
you did it. DIY.
I did DIY. So do it yourself. I'm going to stick to that, okay? Because I can at least get that right. But with that being said, even if you don't want to go to the lengths of the cabinets to paint, scrape, sand, whatever. Hardware is just a cheap and easier way to
100%.
Just make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah, I've done that, Yep.
Yeah, now you're talking about an hour-long project versus a 2-week project.
Yeah,
and it's
like
easy.
$30 at Home Depot versus all the paint and everything else. Let me see. What else? What else can we talk about that's a lower... how about, like, flooring, right? Flooring is not... I know it sounds a bigger project than it really is, but...
Yeah. It absolutely. So I've done lots of flooring too.
Yep.
We've tiled multiple floors. We've done laminate, snap together flooring. We're not talking about doing full on hardwood flooring. That's something you're going to have to certainly hire a professional for.
But Dave, what do you do with there's so many out there with the old carpet.
Yep.
That's still there, and that's like you just said. It's tough to fix floors and rip that up and maybe put in something else.
Yeah, so we're not gonna DIY wall to wall carpeting. Obviously,
right.
Now
I did that though. I can actually speak on
I've heard of
the carpeting,
done, but I mean, I guess you try to clean it, right?
So I've ripped up carpeting in my house that I was lucky to have hardwood floors under.
Right.
Yeah. Some don't.
If you don't, right? I mean, don't rip it all up if you don't have a plan.
Yeah.
But even just area rugs are a great way to spend minimal dollars. Especially now, you can get these beautiful printed area rugs for a whole lot cheaper online.
We've done that in my house. We put nice rugs area over the carpet.
Yep.
And it looks nice.
Yes. It looks great. Yeah, and that's a great way because what we're trying to do is showcase your home at its best possible looks with the pictures when we come in. So throwing some area rugs down, really making it shine. That's one way to do it. Getting, like you talked about, John, a carpet shampoo can do wonders.
Stanley Steamer, baby.
Yep, and you can rent
a
really high-quality carpet shampooer for very cheap.
Yeah.
Tile projects, now we're getting into something that's a little bit more. They're not expensive.
No.
But they are something that you have to learn how to do. Now, YouTube is such a great tool.
And that's where you can learn a lot of this stuff, which is insane. But you also got to have a tile cutter.
Yep.
You got to have some tools
you
of the
can
trade.
rent.
You can rent.
Yep.
You can do this yourself. I mean, these are getting a little more complex, so it depends on what the handyman level is.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever recommended somebody rent a tile cutter and lay some tile that's never done it before.
Right.
That's not what we're looking for.
No.
You throw a runner down in your foyer, make it look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Or again, you can always adjust the price.
You can adjust the price. Now, going back to the hardwoods, let's say you did rip up some carpet and you found, hey, these hardwoods are still here. They need a buff and glow. Maybe not a full strip and finish, but you can do that yourself.
You sure can.
Right.
And it's also not overly expensive to get the full strip and finish.
Yep.
If you go and get that priced, I'll tell you, the first time I heard how much that cost, I was surprised at how affordable it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's I'm not going to quote prices on here.
Yeah,
because
I thought it was real expensive.
If you've got to pick your poison, I would say like refinishing hardwoods is probably, if you're going to spend some money on that, before list rehab, getting your floors to pop like that makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
not only does it kills a lot of odors, right? It kills a lot of odors.
It does.
You walk in, you're like, oh my God, this place looks brand new, right? So like a coat of paint and flooring, big difference. I mean, that's a better investment than a $30,000 kitchen.
Yeah, boy, finding hardwood under your carpet is like gold.
Yeah, John, I can't believe you stopped me. It's time for our break.
Yeah, time for a break.
So listen, we're going to come back. We got, I think, 2 or 3 more tips left for the second half of the show. Stay tuned. Me and Dave are breaking down do-it-yourself projects to get your home ready for spring selling market.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, we're back. We've got a couple more tips. Actually, we got one more big tip. Actually, I just went through the show notes. There's one more big tip, right, and we're going to spend some time on it because it's a big one. But before we get into it, I want Dave and I to talk about. It's a call-in show, so if you guys got something for the last half of the show, give us a call, 518-476-5900. We're talking do-it-yourself projects, but we can talk about anything if somebody calls in. Dave, our certified pre-owned program. This is a big deal. Like we're talking about prepping. We're talking about staging your homes. We're talking about curb appeal. How does the certified pre-owned program benefit a seller, right?
Yeah, so certified pre-owned home, we talk about this a lot.
I mean, you see in the car industry, Lexus,
exactly.
Ford, they've all got their programs.
Very similar idea. You go to a car dealership and you see a certified pre-owned car. It's had, it's 126-point inspection and has warranties attached to it. You feel better about buying it because you know that it's been fully looked over, fully picked over, and you're almost certainly going to spend a little bit more money on it.
Yep.
So we take that same idea and bring it to the home. So we come in and we pre-inspect the home.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So what that does for you is it either clears you of all your problems, or if you do have problems, you have an opportunity to fix them before you get your house on the market. We're going to pre-run title, do a title search, get that done early. That's the number one thing that holds up closings. We're going to try to pre-run an appraisal. So we really are just prepping everything, which now we can market your home in a whole different way.
Yeah.
Certified pre-owned, it is 100% inspected. We're going to take out a home warranty on it with America's Best Warranty. Yep. So it's pre-inspected, it's warranted. We have title and appraisal already working. Now we're looking at a 30-day close instead of a 45 to 60-day close.
Yeah, and we're talking about being bulletproof because just because we're inspecting it doesn't mean the buyer's not going to do an inspection. But at that point, we're like, hey, you can do your inspection, but we already know what's wrong, so don't come back to us with anything, right? We're avoiding do-overs, which could potentially affect pricing during that inspection period. Right?
100%. It puts us in a negotiating strong point.
And we also have Ben to do pre-approvals as well. So we're also kind of predicting where financing looks like. So instead of selling your house on a $500,000 level, we're saying, hey, get into this house for $20,000 down and at $2,499 a month, right? So now people are thinking, because people don't think in terms of price, they think in terms of what's my monthly payment. Just 100%. Like anything else, that's how your house is.
Yeah, everybody's on a budget.
So having the financing in place to give people an idea of what they can afford attracts a lot more bears to the honey, so to speak.
Certified pre-owned homes, new to the game.
New to the game, baby.
Dust.
We're breaking ground with this thing. So give us a call at 957-SOLD and learn more about how to get your house, prepped and ready, certified pre-owned. And now let's talk about the drum roll, please, the number one thing that you can do yourself to really get your house ready. And I know it sounds obvious, but it's not. It's the decluttering and cleaning process.
Number one thing that is 100% free.
Yep.
It just takes time.
Might have to buy some boxes and Rubbermaids.
Yep,
but.
I know. Listen, my wife, Casey, and I went through this last weekend, getting our house ready to sell, and it took us a full weekend. We've done a bunch of these projects, but the cleaning, and we are very neat people, but there's a big difference between neat and clean.
Right.
Cleaning means getting on your hands and knees and cleaning those baseboards.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, right? Getting the tops of your doors. It's amazing how much dust is everywhere. Vacuuming. But even beyond cleaning, which is super important, is decluttering.
Right.
You want your house to look modern and clean. Mm-hmm. You don't want 37 things on your countertops. I mean, we're putting toasters in cabinets and pulling fruit bowls and putting them in the fridge for showings. You want everything to just look minimalist. Right. We're not saying you don't have to take the pictures of your family off the wall. That's a huge misconception.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Yeah, but there's some people, like the refrigerator is covered with magnets.
100%. Yep. That's one of the things we did, John. You're right on the money. We took all of our things we're so proud of with our kids with test scores and report cards that are up on the fridge. They all got taken down.
Yep.
They didn't get thrown away. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. But now that refrigerator...
They get a week on the fridge. I'm like, all right, take these down. Let's go.
So now that refrigerator looks clean.
Yep.
Organizing our pantry, little things.
I always say you want to make your house look like you lived in it, but you don't. Right? That's the goal. It's got to look lived in, but not really lived in.
Like you took care of it.
Right.
You're cleaning it up like you're about to host a party.
Right.
Yeah.
So talk about more organization. Like what's outside of decluttering, what can people do, like you said, to get organized, putting toasters in
we're talking
closets and whatnot.
Toasters and closets. I never would have thought about it. But we're talking about opening up your foyer or your mudroom closet, making sure those shoes they're not just tossed in a heap. They're lined up. And this also sends a vibe to a potential buyer that you really care for this house.
Yeah.
If you care enough to organize your shoes, you probably care enough to get your furnace looked at every year, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not just sending a visual aesthetic vibe to your buyers. You're sending a mental vibe of, I love this house. I care for this house. Everything in this house has been taken care of. My gutters were cleaned out. My furnace has been looked at every year. My AC is always looked at. Everything is top notch here. So we're talking about, you can even get into your closets and organize it by color.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
It's a good period, good time frame to start throwing stuff out.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Purge it. We're donating so many clothes this week. Let me tell you, and just little things. Beds are made. Your kids stuff. My daughter has a bunch of those Squishmallow stuffed animals. So we arranged them in a way that look like a magazine could snap a picture and be like, okay, this works in a magazine. Who reads magazines?
Right.
It could be a social media influencer's picture.
A Pinterest post.
Right,
How's
exactly.
That sound,
That's much better, much more modern.
Yeah.
But we organized these Squishmallows so they looked like that. My son's train table didn't just have all of the train tracks thrown on top. They were put in their respective bins like they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Didn't look like a train tragedy.
Right. The bathrooms, you don't have half-used rolls of toothpaste up on top and toothbrushes down. My kids' bathroom.
Put them in a drawer.
That's right. You put them in a drawer and you organize that drawer.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the lady's name? The organizer tells you if you don't feel joy in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Throw it away?
Throw it away? What's her name?
Pretty sure that's a Family Guy episode.
Somebody should call in and tell us.
Yeah, she's great.
If it doesn't bring you joy, throw it away.
Throw it away. Right. No, it's true. People feel like you care, especially when we're showing houses, right? You schedule 5 showings for people, right? And it's like the house that they end up liking. You're kind of like, all right, it's not my favorite, but they staged it well. Like you felt you went in there and you felt like, wow, they did a nice job on this house. It might not have been my favorite out of all of them, but you're drawn to that organization. You're drawn to that cleanliness. You're drawn to the care that they put into that house, right?
100%. Yeah. It's not just what your eyes see, it's what your mind feels.
Right. Yeah. And again, like we have to be neutral on showing houses because, we're not buying the house.
Right. You never know what your buyer's going to like.
You never know. I mean, one person's taste is particularly different than what you're.
Right. But it's true. Like maroon walls or white walls.
Maroon walls to the white walls. Accent with maroon. Be an accent wall.
Sure.
So listen, we got to take one more spot break. We're here from our sponsor. We wrap up the show and just kind of summarize what we talked about.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, we're about to wrap up this show. We talked about getting your house prepped on the inside for the spring selling market.
Yeah, now I want to clean the studio. You guys got me all psyched up.
Yeah, see, Johnny started dusting on the break, and we think it was Marie Condon. She's the organization lady. We could be wrong. If anybody knows, please call the show and correct us, because, we need to be correct here. Right. But, hey, quickly to summarize, what did we talk about today? We talked about what? Paint, Dave?
Yeah, we're talking about paint. Some cheap flooring options.
We
talked about some cabinet refinishing. It's a bigger project. But I think it's, again, more so along the lines of hardware, not so much of the full restrip and everything. Yep.
Right?
Yep. And then big
cluttering and
cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning. So those are really what can get you guys. And if you listen to last week's show, we talk. We can also send you the show if you guys want to hear about the tips we gave on the exterior. We had Jimmy the landscaper calling, gave us great tips about how to really work your landscaping for the spring market. But we covered it all, guys. I think we said it all. Hey, and just to let you guys know, if you're looking to either trade up or trade down on a house or looking for the right investment, reach out to us, 957-SOLD, 957-7653. Ask us about our VIP homeowner service, our investor newsletter, or pretty much any strategy or tip that you guys want to know. Give us a buzz, looking to buy or sell, call us. And don't forget, your real estate referrals help the community. We're on a mission to raise $50,000 to Make-A-Wish organization, Animal Protective Foundation, and the Glenville Legacy Project, which is a veterans outreach and memorial center that's
great.
Being built literally across from my office.
Great stuff.
So if you know anybody looking to buy or sell, give us a call. We will donate a portion of our commission to. A portion of all of our commission to this. John's cutting me off. Dave, want to thank you again for coming on the show. You cut me off. I heard the music start. Okay.
Always happy to be here.
Always happy to be here. Thanks, Dave. We appreciate that. Next week, tune in I don't know who the guest is next week, so it's going to be a surprise.
Somebody great.
It's going to be somebody great. And
maybe it's me.
Yeah, it could be Dave again. Could be Joe Malone. Who knows? But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great weekend. Stay out of the snow, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.